If you've been trying to open a UK Stripe account as a non-resident, you're at the right place. I'm going to show you the exact step-by-step process to open a legitimate UK Stripe account as a foreigner in a compliant way accepted by Stripe. Now before we jump in, I want to quickly set the expectations. If you're watching this because Stripe isn't available in your country, or you're just looking for lower fees or easier access, then in most cases I actually recommend setting up a US Stripe account instead. From my experience, US Stripe is generally more accessible for non-residents, gives you the same core benefits, and is simply easier to get approved and running. So if you're still trying to figure out the best option, I'll leave a link below to my full US Stripe setup guide, because for 90% of people, that's the better route. But if you specifically want a UK Stripe account and you have your reasons for it, then in this video, I'll show you exactly how to do it step by step. I'm gonna show you how to do this by setting up a UK limited company first. I'll walk you through how to set this up the right way, starting with the company and then building everything around it so you can process payments smoothly and scale without running into unnecessary issues. Let's get straight into it. So let's start by looking at the requirements. And as you can see, when I want to verify my account on Stripe in the UK, you can see that I have three options: individual, company, and non-profit. And as a non-UK resident, setting up a company is actually super easy and fully possible, and it allows us to operate on Stripe. We can see that we have a couple options: an LLP structure, but also a private company structure. And this is exactly where we need to start. So here's what you're going to need. First, a UK company. This will be your actual business entity. A UK business address that Stripe accepts, a UTR number from HMRC, which is basically your tax ID, a UK business bank account, and a UK phone number. On top of that, you also need to verify yourself as the director of the company. This can be done with your foreign passport. You also need personal proof of address, which Stripe will accept from your home country. Now there's one thing that many people forget, and that is what I call the trade requirement. Stripe UK requires a business website with all your details. And your website cannot just be a simple landing page or saying coming soon. Stripe actually looks closely at what your business is doing. So the website needs to be properly set up with a refund policy, terms of service, and your UK registered office address in the footer. This is one of the main reasons why people got flagged or sent into manual review, and almost no tutorials talk about it. So let's start with the first step, and that is setting up your UK company. And it's actually super easy to open a company in the UK, even as a non-resident. You basically have two options here. You can go with a UK limited company, which is an LTD, this is the standard option, or a UK limited liability partnership, which is called an LLP. The main difference is that an LTD is a corporation, meaning it pays its own taxes. So by default, you're looking at around 25% in corporate tax on the profit. But it is the most common structure in the UK, and Stripe always accepts it without issues. An LLP, on the other hand, is tax transparent, so just like a US LLC, the company itself doesn't pay tax. Everything flows to you personally in your home country. However, there are a couple of downsides. Stripe often requires more documentation with LLPs, and you also need at least 2 members for this structure. So for most non-residents, I generally recommend going with the LTD. It's simpler from a compliance perspective, and Stripe accepts it without questions. Also, if your country has a tax treaty with the UK, like my home country, the Netherlands, you typically won't end up paying tax in the UK anyway, and most European countries have a treaty with the UK. Now, if you're in a country without a tax treaty, then an LLP can sometimes be the better option. So that's something you want to look into, because it can be more tax efficient depending on your situation. Now, in order to form a company in the UK as a foreigner, you need to go through a formation agent. The one I personally use is First Formations. I've been using them for a while now, and I've been very satisfied with them. Their pricing is reasonable, and they also have a package specifically designed for non-residents. To go to their site, I'll leave a link down below, or you can go to buyhassle.com/firstformations. This will then take you to the homepage from where we can see set up a limited company today. Here we can then fill in a name to see if it's available. And we can also see that they assist with opening a business bank account, which can be useful later on. So I'm gonna enter in a name. I'll do Studio Heston and see if it's available. And we can see it's available, so now we can click choose a package. Now you'll see a couple of different options. We have a limited company, a non-resident package, and the LLP package. Now, if you're going for an LLP, you can select that option right here. Now, in our case, we're going with the non-resident option, which is a private limited company, as we can see right here. If we scroll down, we can see everything that is going to be included. We're going to get the LTD, of course. We're going to get the address service included, or everything we need, as we don't have an address ourselves. All the business essentials, we can read it right here. Everything basically that is necessary. We get some options for bank accounts as well, which I'll talk about shortly. Then we can click Buy Now. On this page, we then have a few add-ons. What I would recommend is first of all get the apostille document referral, which sometimes is necessary and is completely free. Also, basically every company in the UK needs to do ICO registration, and all the other ones are not required. You can also get the free packages right here, which are not necessary. They just complete the checkout, make the payment, and your company will typically be registered within 1 to 2 days. If you want a full, in-depth, step-by-step walkthrough of setting up a UK LTD or LLP using first formations, I've made dedicated videos on both. I'll leave those linked down below. Once your company has been formed, you will receive several important documents. First, the Certificate of Incorporation. This includes your CRN, which stands for Company Registration Number. Then you have the Memorandum and Articles of Association. This is basically the rule book of your company. It outlines how everything is structured and managed. You get your registered business address, the Covent Garden address in London, which you can use as your official UK company address. This is accepted by Stripe and can be used across your business setup. You also receive a share certificate. This proves the ownership of the company. So if you own 100% of the company, that is what it will show. Or if you have other structures, it will show how these shares are divided. Now finally, there's the UTR number, which stands for Unique Taxpayer Reference. This is issued by HMRC, the UK tax authorities. The UTR is usually mailed to your registered office address and takes about 1 to 2 weeks to arrive. Once it's received, the details are then forwarded to you digitally. Make sure to save all of these documents because you need them for the next steps. Next, we have a UK business bank account. This is required because when Stripe pays out your earnings, the funds need to go to a UK bank account under the name of your company. The good news is you can open a UK business bank account completely remotely. You don't need to visit the UK and you can do this as a non-resident. The banks I recommend most are Wise and Revolut, but you also have other options like Tide, World First or Suits Me. These are all fintech banks that are very friendly to international business owners and they're generally quite easy to get approved with. Now for instance with Wise, you simply go to Wise, select your country to create your account and then open a business account using your company details. From there you can set your account to the UK and get the local British pound bank details you need for Stripe. Now the following thing we need is a UK phone number. Now technically, when you're setting up your company inside Stripe, it does allow you to enter a foreign phone number. So you could just use that local number, but it's not what I recommend. Stripe is quite strict on consistency, and when you're setting up a UK Stripe account, you want everything to match as if you're actually based in the UK. So if you have a UK LTD, your website footer, your business details, your bank account, and your Stripe profile should all align, including having a +44 phone number. If you start mixing in foreign details, like a non-UK number, that can trigger manual reviews, which is exactly what we want to avoid. What I personally use is a service called nvo.com. It gets you a real UK phone number and forwards calls or SMS to your local number, so you can still receive verification codes easily. So this is how NVO looks like. I'll do a quick walkthrough. It feels kind of going back to the 90s, but it works really well. We can go to phone numbers, click order a new phone number. Then we can go to geographic and we select the UK all the way at the bottom right here. Then we're going to see available cities. Now here you can just select any city that you want. For example, Bury. And here we can select the plan that we want. And we can use this for verifications. Then the codes will be received in our NVO account. But as I said, we can also configure this that it actually forwards the codes to our local number. Alternatively, you can also use a website like Receive SMS. I will leave a link down below for this as well, where you can rent a UK number like this with a monthly fee. It is usually a bit quicker to set up, so just pick whichever option works best for you. The key thing is that you're using a proper UK number. And the last thing we need to prepare is something I briefly mentioned earlier, the trade requirement. You need to have a website that clearly shows what your business actually does. So if you're running this for e-commerce, you can simply link one of your stores. Just make sure it includes a clear refund policy, a terms of service and privacy policy. Also add your UK registered office address in the footer as your company address, along with your UK phone number. Everything should be as consistent as possible. If you don't have a website yet, just create a simple one that explains what you're going to do, but still include all of these elements. Stripe actually checks your website automatically, so make sure everything is clean, complete, and matches your company details. So let's go ahead and create our Stripe account now that we have prepared everything. So you can now go to the website of Stripe, but before we start, we have to do one thing that's really important. We want to appear as if we're applying from the UK. And to do that, you either need a UK proxy or a dedicated UK IP address. As you can see right now, it sends me to the Netherlands version of the site because I am based in the Netherlands. The option I personally recommend is using an IP address through Surfshark. I will leave a link to this VPN down below. Not all VPNs work. I've tried free ones. I've also tried certain proxies, but I found that Surfshark is quite reliable. Stripe doesn't flag it as spam or as a VPN server, so it does work. Once you got this installed, simply select the United Kingdom and connect to this. So there we go. This helps you avoid unnecessary checks or manual reviews that can happen when you're applying from a completely different country. In my case, for example, the Netherlands, or for you it could be Nigeria or somewhere else. So now what we can do is simply refresh the page, just like that. And you can see we now go to the UK version of the site. So now we can click Get Started. And then we can create our account. And we can see that the country is now automatically set to the UK, which is a really good sign. So fill in your details right here and click Create Account. Okay, once you've then verified your email, you will land on this page. Leave the business location on the UK, of course. For the business type, we select company. And now depending on your structure, select the right one. I selected private company. If you have formed an LLP, of course go with that and follow the prompts. Then we click Continue. The next we have to fill in the legal business name, the trade name if it's different from our official name, the CRN number we got from Company's House, and our VAT number, which is the UTR number. Now, if you haven't received this yet, you can leave this blank and add it later when you get it. Also, we add our business address and the phone number. So let's do that. Okay, so I filled in the name, the information about the Company's House, the address we got from First Formations. Then for the business phone number, use the UK phone number you got. As I said, you can actually change this, but I wouldn't recommend it. And then for the business website, as you can see, they list must be viewable, not password protected, and need to match the business name you provided to Stripe, and all the additional requirements I mentioned before. So link your website here. Once we've filled in everything, click Continue. Then we have to fill in some information about ourselves as the business representative. Fill in your full name, the job title, date of birth and home address. I'll fill this in right now to show you how that looks like. Okay, so we can see first, last name, email address. For the job title, you can do CEO, director, doesn't really matter, either of those work. And for the home address, what is important, select the address where you actually live in your home country. This is fully approved and accepted by Stripe. Don't try to fake some address in the UK. They can request for proof of address of this, which you're able to provide as it's your real address. This is fully compliant. And here, I own 25% or more of the company. I do. Are you the only person who owns 25% or more? Yes. Am I director of the company or member of the governing board? I am also. Are you the only person on the board of the company? This is also yes. If this is different for you, of course, answer the questions accordingly and then click Continue. Okay, then as we can see, it skipped the business owner section and business director section, as it already knew I am the only owner of the company since I filled that in. If you have multiple owners, you're gonna be asked to fill them in right here. Simply do that as requested. Also, what they do is they actually extract this information from the Company's House page, the official page of the UK from the business registry, and they can already see that I am an owner of this company. You simply want to confirm if this is correct and list all executives. I've done that, so I'll click Continue. Then they're gonna ask about what products or services will you offer to Stripe. This is just like you're used to, fill that in. Then we click Continue. And lastly, for the public details, what your customers see, the statement descriptor, shorter descriptor, and the customer support phone number. You can leave this on the UK number you have. You can also put this on the receipts. You can also change this to another number if you want that. Then once you're happy with this, click Continue. Then we are gonna add our bank account, and here we have a couple currencies. You can see besides pounds, we also have euros and other European currencies. For the country of the bank account, we have two options, the UK and Gibraltar. So we'll leave this on UK. Fill in the sort code and the account number right here. Then you can link the account and you can set your payment schedule. And this is exactly the same as on any Stripe application. Then of course you want to secure your account. Simply do that. add the extra information about the questions that they ask, tax collection, whatever they ask, just fill it. This is not really specifically relevant for our UK setup. And once you've then filled in everything, review your information and submit it. If you set up everything properly, like I showed in the video, this should go through fairly smoothly. For me and the clients, this usually takes about 1 to 2 business days. Once your account is approved, keep an eye out for the UTR number if you haven't added this already. Once you receive it from First Formations, add it to your account. With your account now live, you can start setting up your payment processing, configure your payment methods, and run a few small test transactions to make sure everything is working properly. It is also important to warm up the account. This is a brand new Stripe account, so don't jump straight into large transactions. For example, $10,000 plus payments right away. That is something I wouldn't do. Start small, build some history, and scale gradually. Now, Stripe may still request additional verification. This can include things like your personal passport and proof of address, for example, a utility bill or bank statement from your home country. That is completely fine. I had to do this myself as well, and my Dutch documents were accepted without any issues. They might also ask for more details about your business. For example, they could request bank statements, and in that case, you can simply provide a statement from your business bank account, for example from Wise, where your company details are clearly shown. As long as everything is set up properly and consistent, this part is usually straightforward. Now lastly, let's go over a few ongoing requirements you need to stay on top of. First, you have the annual confirmation statement with Companies House. This is basically a confirmation that all your company information is still up to date. Things like your directors, shareholders, the address, and the business activity. It's very simple, and in most cases, your formation agent can handle this for you. Second, you have the annual accounts. Every UK company needs to file these. Even if you're not making money yet, you still need to submit accounts showing your activity. For small companies, this is usually quite straightforward, but you can also use an accountant if you prefer. And third, you also have the corporation tax return with HMRC, the UK tax authority. If you have an LTD, you're required to file this. The deadline is usually 12 months after your accounting period ends. On top of that, you also need to do some basic accounting and bookkeeping, so keeping track of your income, the expenses, and invoices. You don't necessarily need an expensive software or an accountant for this, but using something like Xero or simple bookkeeping tools is definitely recommended. Personally, I use Xero for this, so I'll leave a link down below. So that's everything you need to create a UK Stripe account as a non-resident. And I've left links to everything we've covered down below. For the company information, to the VPN, the phone number setup, and the banking options, along with some extra information on the compliance side. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. I'll try to go through all of them. With that being said, have an amazing rest of your day.